Hello, welcome to another article. Today we're talking about I-9 penalties. This is a really hot topic based off of the recent ICE raids. We have so many clients and prospective clients asking about what do they do if they get an audit from the Department of Homeland Security or Immigration and Customs Enforcement. One thing people don't know is that the penalties have gone up. Legislation passed a couple of years ago in the last administration tying increases to an annual increase. So sort of like a cost of living adjustment. Now ICE has the ability to increase the fine amounts on an annual basis. So we wanted to share these new I-9 penalties because they keep going up. So first of all, I think a lot of people don't know. And by the way, you can always download our free I-9 compliance policy. It's free. It's going to help you get your track related to Form I-9 compliance, as well as navigate complicated E-Verify regulations. Understanding the new penalties, this is a table we put together. We have the 2024 range and we have the new range for 2025. So Form I-9 paperwork is kind of the classic fines that people get related to violations. So this is like, hey, you have an employee who put in a date of birth wrong. They didn't put it day, month, year. Maybe it doesn't match what's on their supporting that authorizes them to work. Even things as simple as that can lead to violations as much as $2,800 each. You might have multiple violations. The government, when they do an audit, can use this liberally in terms of how they want to audit your business and assess violations or fines. Like when you get a speeding ticket, you don't get a lot of say in what the police officer gives you. Similar for your business, ICE is going to assess what they assess. This is a hot topic right now, knowingly employing unauthorized workers. So especially with all the EAD guidance that's changing, the TPS, it seems like every week we're getting updates from the federal government. It gets complicated fast if folks who aren't U.S. citizens and they're working on specific work authorization documents. This can really become something that comes after you. I think a lot of employers think, I'm trying to do the right thing. I'm trying to employ U.S. citizens. I would never knowingly employ an unauthorized worker in the United States. Then they have people who work for them who kind of get the wink and the nod, and they have quite a bit of risk around unauthorized workers. The CEO, HR director, the CFO, or director, they're kind of thinking, well, we're doing what we're doing, so this isn't much of a risk for us. The problem is you're relying on the government to see things the same way. If the government finds through their audit, they're going to collect all the documentation and see, hey, this person seems like they're saying the right things, but the actual audit trail is showing something different. They may actually assess knowingly employing unauthorized worker penalties. And these get really steep. So even if 3 employees, you could look at $28,000 each. So you're looking at almost $90,000 of penalties with 3 employees. I don't think a lot of CEOs, people in risk management or HR, understand how severe these penalties can be. We're already seeing fines assessed over the last month or two in the millions of dollars range for smaller companies that have this problem. Document fraud is another big one. You're relying on your employees to provide quality documents and assess that those documents are legitimate. But if there's any kind of trail that might show a different story in the eyes of the government, you're going to be assessed on these new penalties up to $11,823 for each subsequent offense. Maybe the risk isn't that high, but with 10 employees, you might see a $100,000 fine. For a lot of businesses, that is a crippling blow. There's also unfair immigration-related employment practices, discrimination, that kind of thing. E-Verify requirements are fairly complicated and vary state to state. If you do any work with the federal government or public entities, you probably have some risk here. If you're in a state like Florida or Utah, you're going to have some risk around E-Verify as well. And there's 17 different states that require E-Verify. So you need to be aware of that. Enforcement has gone up. Media focus around increased enforcement is a lot higher. We have a lot of strategies for how to manage through this. We wanted to share an easy FAQ and an easy document here around E-Verify, around the fines, the increases for 2025. Hopefully this is helpful. As always, subscribe to learn more. We have lots of information on our channel. We try to stay as up to date as we can with the shifting sands of immigration policy and federal enforcement. Thanks so much.